guys, welcome to Millie Santiago's channel. Today I'm going to be doing my 1 month post-op surgery update. So it has officially been 1 month since my surgery. My surgery was October 10th and it's actually a little past that. It's October 14th now. So sorry guys that I'm late. I'm trying to be better on doing these videos for you. It's just really hectic. I do have two kids who have been sick for the past 2 months. So with trying to get on a routine with the surgery and routine with protein and water and exercise, the kids being sick, working full time, it's just been a lot. So with that being said, working full time, I jumped back into work 4 days post-op. I work from home, so I was able to work. I didn't want to take too much time off. It did hinder me a little bit because I didn't have the time reserved or dedicated purely to myself to be able to dedicate to myself to improve and work on what I need for intake and to keep up with exercise. So what I did gain from it though was I was able to establish a routine with immediately going back to work. So where most people have that first month or so to themselves, to be able to work on themselves and then go back to work, and it's a hard transition. It's not easy, especially if you go to a physical location and your eating habits, and then sometimes you're not allowed to eat or drink depending on what you do for a living. So it can be tough. I at least was able to find that work-life balance already straight out the gate. Like I said, it did set me back a little bit, but I'm thankful. It is what it is. I'm working with what I got. This is real life, right? Not everybody can just take time off. I'm going to be looking at my notes here just to make sure I go through everything. I will be going through inches that I've lost, weight that I lost, my experience, what has happened so far, what I'm eating. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Taste. So I get a lot of people saying that their tastes have changed. My taste has changed a little bit, as in where things that I love everything really sweet. I have a sweet tooth. But some things are actually too sweet for me now. So I still like things on the sweeter side, but it's not as I used to like them. So where my coffee, I used to have like 4 or 5 sugars added, I will now add 1. And I know you're not supposed to have sugar. Judge me if you want. I don't care. I need my coffee in the morning. Like I said, I have 2 kids. I work full time. I'm dedicated to this process, but I need some me time, right? I need something for myself. So I have 1 cup of coffee and I do put 1 sugar in it. So my taste hasn't changed that much. My incisions. So all of my incisions are healed. They're all mostly fully healed. They're all closed. I've been using scar cream on them now and the scar silicone tape on them, except for one. So the major incision that is above my belly button, I actually popped my outer stitches. So instead of your incision healing, let's say there's three layers, and those 3 layers, they all heal together. So there's like the inner, the middle, and the outer. My outer stitches popped, causing my inner to open up, and my inside is fully closed. So you can't see through to my stomach, but my stitches did pop, and I do have a gaping hole in my stomach. It's an open wound, so I do have to take care of it. It's going to take a lot longer now for that incision to heal. It is what it is. I probably popped it picking up the baby when I wasn't supposed to, moving a certain way. I'm a mom. I have to do what I have to do. I do try to abide by what my doctor tells me to do and my limits. But it is what it is. Like I said, I've had 2 sick kids. So I have a 5-year-old and he's now 10-month-old. And I popped it. So now I have to live with the consequences, which is it's going to take longer to heal. And I will most likely end up with a huge keloid. Now, I'm naturally keloid, so any incision, any scar, acne scarring, pimples, I get scars very easily, and they keloid. So keloid meaning like a bump. So here, I'll show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or if I can turn my wrist. I have my silicone scar tape. So let me just take this off. And the silicone scar tape as well as the cream is working. And because I just took it off, it's not going to be as raised. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. I don't here. On my wrist here. So it looks really flat right now. But it is darker. This was from a decorvain surgery. I had them on both wrists. Sorry, I cannot speak English today. I don't know what is wrong with me. But the silicone tape and cream does work. It's been helping out a lot. I don't see a tremendous difference, but it's helping. We'll get there. So anyway, back to what I was saying, the incision. So I am going to end up with a huge keloid. I'm used to it, so it doesn't bother me. I've had 2 C-sections. I have a keloid from that. It doesn't bother me. It is what it is. If they go away, they go away. Great. You know, the scar tape and the cream. If they don't, they don't. I consider those, just like my C-section scars and stretch marks, my battle scars. I'm going through this journey and I accept those little ticks that are going to happen, which is scarring. I know my body, it scars easily. And that's just something I want to live with. And it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. And if it bothers somebody else, well, then they can just not look, right? Next thing is exercise. So I do exercise. I don't always go to the gym. Again, timing. I don't have that much time to go, but I do always get exercise in. So for instance, my oldest, my 5-year-old, I go down to the driveway. We have a really long driveway and it's down a hill. So every morning and afternoon that I pick him or drop him off and pick him up. So every morning we play a game and it's always basically like a tag. So we just chase each other around, and I'm running for 10-15 minutes. And I never used to be able to do that. I used to get really winded really easily, but now I can keep up. I can keep up with him. I can play with him, and I still get winded eventually, but not as easily. Like I used first 5 minutes, I'm just like, I'm done. But now it's been a little longer every time. So that's been great. And then I have to, of course, walk back up the hill and then up the stairs into the house. So I live on a really big hill. Steep. It's a pretty steep hill. And then the same thing in the afternoon. So I try and get my exercise when I can. If, you know, hubby is home and he can take care of both kids, then I will go to the gym. So I go to the gym maybe 2 times a week. That's my goal, 2 times a week at least. But I'm exercising at least 5 days out of the week. I like making sure I have a point to move my body. I'm playing, I'm moving, doing laundry, going up and down the stairs, intentionally taking long way routes. If I go to the store, I'm parking far away just so I can get more steps in. I do have a step goal of at least 8,000 a day. And I do have my Fitbit tracker, which, guys, if you're going through this journey, that is a must-have. You must have a fitness tracker of some sort. It is so helpful. And even on days where you feel like you had a lazy day or you didn't do anything, you look at your Fitbit counter or your tracker and you see, oh, I did get, you know, some movement in, and it kind of motivates you like, well, I'm only so much far away from hitting my goal. Let me just get up and do it. So it does help. It's a really good tool and a really good aid. Speaking of really good aids, let me get it for you. Your vitamins. So you will be on vitamins for the rest of your life. This thing right here makes it so easy. So I'm a person who always forgets to take my medication. So I take it, normally I used to just take it once in the morning and then forget it. Like that was it. That's all I took. That was it for the day. But now I have to take medications at 3 different times. So what I love about this, I showed you the outside. Let me show you how it is when it's open. What I love about these is that you can take them out. So you have what you need for the day. And they're all labeled. So Saturday morning, Saturday noon, and Saturday night. And then you can see, oh, I think I forgot to take my medication. You can just look and see if it's empty or not. then you did or you did not. So I have to take my calcium in the morning, multivitamin in the afternoon, and another calcium at night. So you're supposed to be on all chewables at this stage, so that your body can absorb it more easily. My multivitamin is a pill because I went through 2 different chewable multivitamins that were the size of quarters, and they were absolutely disgusting. I think one was Bariatric Pal and the other was something bariatric. I don't even remember what it was, but they were disgusting. They smelled disgusting. I could not tolerate it. I was like, you know what? I'm taking other medications in pill form already. I'm going to take the multivitamin in a pill form. If I don't get all the nutrients that I need from it, oh well, I'm at least getting something. So as I said, I try to go by what my doctor says, but at the same time, I'm going to be practical. Why am I going to buy chewables because my doctor said so? Then I'm not going to eat and chew. I'm not going to take it. I don't like it. So I might as well get something that I am going to do and I am going to take, and it's better than nothing. So you have to work with what you got, and you have to go with your gut. And everybody's lifestyle is different. Everybody's journey is different, and you have to do what works best for you and your schedule and your life. Next, talked about the vitamins, protein, and water intake. So my water intake has been great. I get 64 ounces at least a day. That was hard in the beginning because you can't eat a lot and you can't drink a lot in one sitting. I was that person who would just gulp water. So I was thirsty, I would just gulp water, and that's a really bad habit. So I have gotten used to just sipping and sipping and sipping. I can actually take a few gulps and I'm okay. But if I take too many, my stomach will let me know. It is different. You do develop a routine, but it is getting easier. As with everything, with time, it gets easier. With routine, it gets easier. My protein, the goal that you want to hit is 60 grams a day. That's like the lowest. The minimum protein intake you need to have is 60 grams of protein. You want that to be from whole food sources. You don't want it to always be from a protein shake or powders, things like that. You want to try and get it in naturally. Of course, you're at this stage, you're going to have maybe 1 or 2 protein shakes still a day, and that's fine. I have the Isopure unflavored protein powder, which I love, and I put that in my coffee. So that's my first thing of the day is my coffee, and I do have protein in it. So that's already, I don't count that towards my protein. That's like an added bonus to me. So I always get my protein. I always hit my protein goals without my coffee. So if my coffee adds a little bit more, that's great. I'll get maybe about 6 grams of protein in my coffee. So it's really not much. But if I'm working out, if I know I'm going to go to the gym that day, I will make sure I intake more protein, because one of my side effects is I'm low on energy. I'm tired a lot of the time. So if I'm going to the gym and I'm burning all those extra calories, or I'm exercising, I need to make sure that I have energy to burn. And that's going to come from the protein, because you're not getting the carbs and the sugars like you used to, which that's what your body would normally burn first. That's how we got into the situation, right? But now your body needs to learn that it needs to burn the proteins. So you want to make sure, if you're going to be exercising, you're going to be working out, up your protein intake, at least for that day, so that you know you have a little bit extra to burn. Food. So food right now, my doctor had a really strict plan of like post-op 2 weeks liquid diet, 2 weeks pureed food, 2 weeks soft foods, and then you can move on to regular foods. I have been on soft/regular food for the past week. So I was 3 weeks. My body can handle it. I'm probably cheating myself a little bit for not following the strict diet that was given to me, but I know what I can handle and what I can't. I still haven't tried everything. I haven't tried like the tough meats like steaks or red meats. I haven't done that. I have been doing more softer meats, but I've already started earlier than what I was told. So I do tilapia, I do tuna fish, I do grilled chicken, I have my vegetables, broccoli. I try to stay away from the carbs. So I don't really eat potatoes. I don't really eat rice. And I can. So the reason why I know that I can is because I've taken a bite or two of like some rice. And I mean like baby bites of rice or mashed potatoes just to see how it tastes because I'm cooking for the family as well. But it's not something that I really want. So I'm not going to waste the calories, because carbs are going to fill you up a lot faster than the protein would. So you want to make sure that your main course is always your protein. That's what's taking up your entire plate is your protein. So you want to make sure you're getting that nutrients. Why am I going to waste calories on carbs that I'm not going to get those nutrients from? I'm not going to receive any benefit besides getting full from carbs. So it's not worth it. So you're making a lot smarter choices. So yes, I may not be, again, following the rules. I am making a lot smarter choices. My mom asked me for Thanksgiving, am I coming over? And, what am I going to eat? She's going to make mashed potatoes, but she really only makes mashed potatoes for me. And I was like, you know what? Go ahead and make the mashed potatoes because I love my mom's mashed potatoes and it's worth it. It's worth to have a couple spoonfuls of those mashed potatoes because I enjoy it. It's something from home. It's memories. I'm not going to overindulge. You know your limits. You know what your stomach can handle. You know what your stomach can intake. And you no longer eat to get full. You're eating to satisfy and to gain energy. So I'm very smart. I'm like, if I'm going to waste calories, it's going to be something that I enjoy, right? It's going to be something worth it. So let's talk about something worth it. Cheat foods. Do I cheat on my diet? Yes and no. So candy is my weakness. And it was recently Halloween, and my 5-year-old went trick-or-treating like 3 different times for school, trick-or-treating. He had so much candy. I could not resist and just say no. Do I still have my little stash that I took for him? Yes. I'll have maybe one a day, if that. Sometimes I'm not even bothered. But again, it's going to be a candy that is really worth it for me, like chocolate. I love Hershey's. So I'll have one of those little mini Hershey bars and that's it. I'm good. I'm content. I'm satisfied. And I do that because I know myself. If I just took it away, knowing that I have that craving and knowing that it's in the house, I would steal my son's candy. Quite frankly, I would go on a binge and I don't want that to happen. I don't want to go on a binge. I know my limits. I will treat myself here and there to allow myself to give that wiggle room. Again, so I can feed the temptation, but I'm not going crazy. I'm not overindulging and I'm not going to go on a binge. I'm not eating a whole bag of candy at night or chips or cookies or whatever it may have you that came from his Halloween haul. And you have to just cut yourself some slack. You have to go easy on yourself. I am hard on myself sometimes and I feel guilty when I do those things. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm a mom. I work full time. I take care of the house. I have to allow some things for me. And this is for me. This surgery is for me. And it's for my health so that I can be around longer and enjoy my time with my family. And if I want to cheat, I'm going to cheat. And that's okay. So with the weight loss, I don't necessarily see it. I saw it once I took pre-op photos as well as my 1-month post-op. I do see a slight difference everywhere, like head to toe. You can see a difference, but it's not like a wow, oh my god, this big huge transformation difference. So I don't really see it. But when I put on the clothes that I used to wear, I can feel the difference. So I'm no longer a 3X in shirts. I am now a 2X. And even some 2Xs are a little bit baggy. I can get away with wearing a 1X sometimes. It depends on my comfort level, but I can feel it. My jeans, I was wearing a size 20 pre-op, and that's a size 20 tight. So I think maybe I was a 22, but I just didn't want to admit it to myself. I would not pick up the 22. I'm like, all right, 20 is already pushing it. We're going to the 20. And I had purchased those right before surgery. So 20 was tight. 20 now is loose everywhere. They still fit. I can still put them on, but they are getting baggy. So my waist, my thighs, even my calves, like my butt, I am loose over here in these jeans. And it's a great feeling because you can't see it, but it's a non-scale victory, right? If you feel great and you feel confident in the clothes that you're wearing now, and it fits appropriately instead of trying to squeeze into them. So that is a huge win for me. I can feel a difference no matter what the scale says. By the way, don't weigh yourself every day. You're going to drive yourself nuts. Speaking of weight, I am in a stall. So stalls are going to happen. Stalls are normal. I've been on my stall for about a week and a half now. I just can't break it. So once I turned the week before my 1 month, I was teeter-tottering 1 or 2 pounds. And that's just the way that it has been till today. So I am a month and 4 days post-op and I'm still teeter-tottering. So I have now lost 30 to 31 pounds 1 month post-op. So yay me. I cannot believe I lost 30 pounds. Like I said, I still don't see it, but I can definitely feel it in the clothes and the energy. And I'm stalled. It's okay. I know we'll get over it. A stall is going to happen, especially because you were on a liquid diet and now you're entering and introducing foods again, regular foods. So your body is still getting adjusted. It's still getting accustomed. You're not gaining weight. It's almost impossible to gain weight. You're not gaining weight. But I think between the water weight that you lost in the beginning, now you're maintaining that water weight because your body's holding on to that. So take your wins where you can get them. Talked about my energy a little bit. So my energy has gone down. But again, I'm a mom with 2 sick kids. So we are up all night and all day. So that definitely contributes. I just started my multivitamins. I was just cleared 2 weeks ago. So I think my body's still playing catch up on getting those multivitamins and minerals back into my body, which will help with the energy. But as I lose weight, I'm going to gain more energy as well. Energy has always been something that I've struggled with. Sometimes I'll get a burst of energy, and then other times I am just drained and I just can't stay up. Where I'll be working, it's my lunch break, and instead of eating lunch, I'm taking a nap. And again, it is what it is. I do what I can and I push myself as much as I can, but I know I need rest. And I'm not getting it at night because of the sick baby. So sometimes a nap during lunch is what it's going to have to be. The last thing I want to talk about, so I did say I was 30 to 31 pounds down. I'm teeter-tottering, I'm stalled. I do want to give you some more numbers here. So non-scale victory wins. So I said I feel the 30 to 31 pounds, but I don't really see it. So one place that you can see it is right here. So it used to be a lot more pronounced. The double chin is going away. It's still there. I'm still heavyset, but it's going away. I have so far lost 5 inches off my waist, 3 inches off my bust, and 2 inches off my hips. Everywhere else is about an inch. So even with my Fitbit, I have been having to do it tighter and tighter. So where I was on the last hole, I'm now on the 3rd to 4th hole. So I've lost an inch off my wrists, an inch off my thighs, an inch off my calves, an inch off my biceps and my forearms. So here's my arms. And my arms, I was always very self-conscious of my arms. But so I've lost an inch is a lot. So I'm doing really well. I'm doing really good. And like I said, I'm stalled, but I will get over it. It's part of the process. Trust in the process. Trust in yourself. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. Everyone's journey is going to be different. Where one person is on the full keto diet, they're like, no carbs, no, not for the first 6 months. Others might say, you know what, I can introduce a piece of bread here and there. You don't overindulge in these things. You treat yourself once in a while, and even treating yourself, it's a different concept of what is a treat now. I can't wait till I can have fruits. So I haven't been cleared for fruits. I haven't been cleared for a lot of the foods that I'm eating either. But again, I'm trying to adhere by what my doctor says. I can't wait till I eat fruits again. That those are high in natural sugars. But to me, that will be my sweet treat. This morning, I did have half a piece of keto toast. So it's 647 bread. That was really good. That was the first time I ever had it. I had that with a soft-boiled egg, and it was delicious. I do sometimes like keto chips, and I don't use the keto chips just to snack. I don't just snack on chips or anything. I'm not really a snacker, but when I make tuna fish, I like saltines and crackers, or saltines and tuna. Like those used to be my thing. So instead I have keto chips with tuna, and even then I'm breaking each chip into like 4 pieces with a huge scoop of tuna, so I'm getting mostly the protein with just a little bit of crunch of the cracker or the chip. So you just have to trust in yourself, and if you have any questions, comments, please put them down below. Any tips or tricks for your girl, please don't be negative. We're not here for that. We're here to build each other up. We're here to support one another. Hopefully I'm helping other people that are on this journey with me as well. That's why I'm doing it. It's for myself, but also for others. I want to keep track of how I look, my energy levels, how I am as a person versus when I do lose the weight. I want to see the transition in myself. I want to be able to look back and go, wow, I did the work. I did that. It is not easy, but you did it. And I want to be able to help someone to do the same. This is real life situation, with family, kids, work. Things don't always go as planned. It doesn't go as the doctors tell you. You're not going to be perfect. And doctors say do this to a T, and it's not going to happen. And it's okay. For some, it might be feasible that they do that. For others, it's not, and that is okay. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's end goal is different, but this is a lifestyle change. And in order to make that lifestyle change, you have to be able to live with those choices for the rest of your life. That's why it is a lifestyle change. So keep it up, guys. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye.